And what a run. This is a big-time Bronc ride. Number one man in Canada. Go on, Jake Gardner.
How about Jake Gardner? Super talent as well.
Yeah, I want to say he was just raised right?
Yeah.
Strand Dunham attended college in Texas and then just turned his eye to the tie-down rope and pin, and look at this. He is on fire. Look at no gambles made by the Souris, Manitoba man, Strand Dunham. But Quade Hyatt is just so talented with legendary bloodlines himself. Rope Myers, a little bit of the Murray blood coursing through his veins, and boy, he is quick tonight. Yeah, some say it's the most important buckle to strap to your waistline, that one that says all-around champion. And Riley was working here to keep that calf on his feet, gets him back up. Great run. Round number 2. So Tyler Popesco watching his horse go to work right now as the Cowboy just slingshots down the rope to the little black calf. That's a great run for Shane Smith.
And steer wrestling. And this guy actually came over and said, thank you for doing that. You know, that's the kind of guy that he is, Strand Dunham.
Latte's going to work in the tie-down roping, and Strand.
All-round champion, but I talked to him earlier. He said, I love being all-round champion. I want to be the healing champion of Canada.
Yeah, and I'd love to call them gunslingers, but Trey DeLay and Logan Spady are just so consistent tonight.
All right, here we go. Oh, yeah. How about that right there? 4.6, Simpson and Roy.
Three brothers all competing in the team roping event. Look at this. Bighorn steer. They get them roped on the front side and the back end. Sid's score is just so good. He turned the steer left, but once he did, Logan Cullen was just lightning quick on the back end. And look at this. He is all timed up here in round number 2 again. They're inside of the top 30 of the world right now for this year, and they are just so good. Look at that. Is there any question? Set the pace for the rest of these superstars tonight. Nods his head, gets out clean at the line, and Clay Guthrie is slam dunking him tonight in a time of 4.5. Just wasted the had trouble in round number 1. So Shuckburg out of the aggregate right now, and look at this. That is how you go after a go-around 4.3.
Signed the 12 until that very last weekend, but he had a big weekend, and last night he had a big night. He's our Cowboy of the Year.
Yeah, this is such a special week for the 2025 CPRA Cowboy of the Year. Stops the clock at 4.3, clapping his hands together. Scott Gunther amongst the top 15 in the entire world, and he's got another great goal one tonight. Stampede, but he's a family man first, and Scott Gunther is going to work, a Canadian favorite, and what a run.
But this guy's something else. Watch this.
He is something else right there. And you can see that just marks him out with authority and just beats him by seconds to the front end, just in control throughout the entire duration.
Holder of that record, and let's watch him now.
Well, you can see Roddy Hay on the back of the buck chutes. He is keeping a close eye on this ride, and they were 88 2 weeks ago. What's it going to be tonight? Great ride for Logan Hay.
Absolutely.
2020 baby, a mare by G65. Zeke Thurston and the future of the Bronc riding superstars from the Calgary Stampede. This is a big-time Bronc ride.
You know, we talked about there's only a half a dozen horses in the world that have won the world championship in both bareback riding and saddleback riding. One of them is that horse right there with that Cowboy, Nicholas Patterson, aboard.
And tonight, Hugh Taylor, boy, Lion Karma is bringing it. She says, I see that 88 1/4 on top of the leaderboard, and I'm going to try to get you a 90. Kind of compact this bull is inside of the bucket chute. Jared's a big guy. Into his hand, but he's got Jared loose. And
Yeah, it's a delicate balance. You got to get out. And look at this. This bull's going the other way. But so far, so good for Jared Parsonage. Sitting up there just right. A good start right there for that Cowboy. Come on, Ronnie, you got a chance. You got a chance right here. Ronnie Phillips is there. Nice job.
Talking about on paper. Watch this jump out of the buck and shoot from bench one. This is a rank bucking bull, big and strong, and Jordan Hansen is just so good at taking the power away from these bulls. What a bull ride. Much like the bull of the year last night did, you can guarantee that this one is not going to get the best of the #1 man in Canada. Go on, Jake Gardner.
How about Jake Gardner?
In the barrel racing event, here and there, now and then, but she is just so talented in the breakaway rope and that prize. Brooke Pomeranz is going to make it count.
All right, here we go. Out very quickly. There's the shot. Yeah, exactly. That was textbook right there.
The Ponoka Stampede having breakaway roping for the very first time in 2025.
Well, McKenna's going to be quick. You know, you talk about Rocky and her dad was at the very first. Going to be first in tonight on top of the ground, the Brooks, Alberta cowgirl.
Yeah, on the top of the ground tonight, suffered a knock barrel in the opening round of competition, a 5-second penalty. She's coming in here with a 19-second run. She was the only one out of the field on night #1 to knock that barrel, but her and Cowboy are clean tonight. That is why Whiskey was named the 2025 horse with the most heart. That's a barrel racing horse of the year, and Jaden and Whiskey are off and running tonight. This is going to be a fantastic time.
I think it is. She was flawless right there. Late in the season, and they made some magic together.
Yeah, they did. This is a horse that they called JJ, and they were just on an absolute tear in the last quarter of the season. But the last 10 rodeos or so, they not only won the rodeos, they just absolutely dominated. Look at this horse turn. Just so correct. All about straight lines in the barrel racing.
Has been to the pay window a whole lot of times, and they're underway right now. Carly Coward.
They have been to the pay window. They've been the Canadian Finals Rodeo aggregate champions back in 2023. The fairy tale runs at the Ponoka Stampede. But tonight, Jennifer Neudorf is mounted up on, looks like the bay mare that she's going to ride in round #1 right here. This is an impressive horse returning to competition. This horse was injured earlier on. And look at that. Looks like there is no slowing down for Jennifer Neudorf blasting sand from the Calgary Stampede. Talking about Rocker Steiner, he was 88 points at the Wrangler National Finals Rodeo just 1 year ago. And Richie is letting it all hang out tonight. Fantastic ride.
So he knows all about true grit.
So here we go, Clint Lay. And this is a horse that was raised on the Lawrence Ranch in Kennedy. And boy, he is going after him here tonight. That's good enough to overtake Cody Lamb tonight, who declined the re-ride. He's going to keep that 86-point marking. And boy, Samuel Peterson is just so very, very good in the bareback riding.
See your name next to this one. It's a good day.
Well, this is a bucking horse that they held the world record on. It's been a past horse of the year. And Taylor Broussard, one of the top bareback riders in the entire world. 5 rodeo, Vern McDonald, Lac La Biche, Alberta. They won a lot of money on this horse during the regular season, and today he comes out backwards, so I believe there's an orange flag flying on the field, but Cody Lamb is going to work.
Hell on Wheels premieres October 8th on the Cowboy Channel and Cowboy Channel Plus.